blame Stevie for that one, folks.
It's a good song, right?
Oh my god. Welcome to
For people who didn't know, it is a kazoo version of the Violence Breeds Violence song of Metal Gear Rising.
Actually, no, that one was Rules of Nature. I couldn't find the final boss.
Oh, it wasn't? Oh, I thought it was. That's the thing about kazoo.
I will find that one by the end of the episode.
I'm not being racist, but all kazoo performances sound the same to
me. Oh god. And
okay, I got it. Can you see the new thing I got? Okay, good.
With that, welcome to the Sega Addicts After Hours episode 13. We have finally moved on to 13. We have got a full staff with us today. Joining me today is the features editor of the site. It's been so long that I forgot your title. Stevie Grant making his glorious return.
Kookaburger! That is a reference to something I've been playing this week. You will find out.
Oh, God. And also with us, the mysterious POCKY X, who is not hiding his identity for some reason.
To protect the life cycle.
Oh, good God.
I noticed that my name was not POCKY X on the site anymore, so I'm assuming someone changed it. So I'm assuming that means I can't do that anymore.
Nobody told me anything about that.
You can't hide from your mother anymore, Tom. No, I don't know what Sega Addicts is. I got no idea. It's POCKY X, not good old Thomas.
Not good old Tommy A. Alright, so, as usual, we'll start out with what we've been playing this week. Stevie, what have you been playing? And what have you been into?
I'll start with, there was something we were talking about before that's quite interesting, but I'll start with something else, because it was a reference to what I just said in my intro, but I've been playing Super Time Force, which just came out on an Xbox. Which is Cappy's new game. Have you guys heard of or got to Super Time Force or anything? Or
I have not.
I saw a Microsoft press conference where that was a thing, and then I forgot that it existed.
Okay, well, basically, I'll just say the mechanics very briefly because it is very complex. It's Contra, but every time you die, you can rewind to any point before that and play again, but your ghost appears as well, and his damage still matters and affects the playing field. And this can happen up to 30 times. So basically, it's you playing with past versions of yourself. And it makes for a lot of really good combinations, and there are different characters with different abilities that you can use. For example, there's a shield one, so you could use the shield power and then die, and then that path would be blocked for your next run to go through. And there's a lot of interesting combinations, and it's just really super fun. It's really good. It's on Xbox right now, and I really do recommend it. And it has a really great sense of humor to it as well. The plot is that a guy invents time travel and decides to go mess about with time to make the world more awesome. So he goes to prehistoric times to stop the dinosaurs going extinct. And I think at one point he goes into the future to download the final plugin that will ever be made, so he'll never have to update his computer again. There are a lot of just really fun jokes like that, and there's also a skateboarding dinosaur in it as well that wears sunglasses, so that's cool.
So it's the most Badical game released so far.
A very, very Badical game. It's just really, really fun, and it's just really cool what people can do with an old genre when applying new mechanics to it.
Now, is that an exclusive for Xbox, or is it coming to PSN at any time? Or
it's exclusive for Xbox at the moment, but Cappy port things anyway, so when the contract is gone or whatever, it would probably be on PC soon. Nothing remains exclusive now any days, really.
That's true.
On PC, I'm all about that. That sounds awesome.
That seems like the perfect game for Steam or something.
Yeah, it's really cool. The pixel art is superb as well, and I recommend looking up a trailer for it. But there's something a lot more interesting story-wise that I've been playing, which is I played and beat Metal Gear Solid 2, The Sons of the Liberty Reloaded, Magical Sailor Venus, the movie. And as you can probably tell, last week and the point, whatever it was, episode, it was getting a bit on my nerves, which is the whole point of the game, I realise at the end of it, because it's a very postmodern game, a very stupid game, as you wisely mentioned as well, but stupid for a reason, which I think is very much to its credit. It's a game that when you get to the ending, it unravels and you know what it's doing, and what I liked about it is that there are games like No More Heroes where it's irritating to make a point about irritating game design. In No More Heroes, it's sort of a criticize of open world games. In Metal Gear Solid 2, it's a criticism of the first Metal Gear Solid, and it goes on for quite a bit. You do the tanker mission, and then the first couple of hours of the plant mission are awful, absolutely awful, but on purpose.
Yeah, I remember the backlash that the first Twist got, which is
that you're playing as Raiden, yeah.
Yeah, it's been 13 years. I was about to say it's been 13 years. If you hadn't played it yet, just get on it. You can get it for like $2 on Amazon or something now.
The only real thing worth spoiling is that you can do a flip while naked and cup your balls, which is the highlight of the game.
Okay, I'll just say now. I'm going to say a load of spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 2, but you should really play it because it is great, and it's got a story which I'm still kind of thinking about, because it really is it really does explore some really unique themes. Like there's a lot of postmodernism going on, a lot of existentialism, and I love the idea that at the very, very end of it, Raiden isn't sure what's real or not. Like, he doesn't even know if Rose is real at the end, if he even met her, or if she was just sort of a VR simulation.
Right. And
that's
the best Metal Gear game, I think. Other than Rising, I think Rising has better gameplay for sure. But in terms of story, Metal Gear Solid 2 is just fantastically done.
I'm going to have to go with 3 as far as best Metal Gear game, because it's you can throw that at anyone, and that is a perfect starting point for the series for pretty much anyone. You don't really have to know anything about the series to get into it. And actually, I find it's really fun to show people that game and get them playing it, and them not understanding the way the Metal Gear universes work, so that they're playing this stealth action almost simulator game, and then there's a guy that shoots bees at you. And then that throws everything out the fucking window. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, I think the second one is very important. The first game I played recently via Twin Snakes, I don't think it really holds up that well, but I do think that the second one, you have to play the first one because the second one draws a lot of parallels and is also a criticism of itself. So I think we're going to be really artsy, but get the full experience of it.
Yeah.
I think you really have to know the previous history of Metal Gear, and I think,
it's like you mentioned, it's best to play Twin Snakes instead of the actual PSX game, because Twin Snakes, it doesn't hold up very well, but it has better mechanics than the PS1 version.
I haven't played the PS1 version, so I don't know.
Be glad. You'd be very frustrated.
I like the PS1 version, except for that part where you have to look on the back of the box, and if you have a digital copy, you don't have the butt fucking back.
Oh! But you have
How is it if that is the case? Are they in the screenshot section of the store or something? Or?
I don't know. I own the physical box, so
I remember the digital.
growing up.
Here's the thing. I have the collection they released back in 2007, like right before, like in the build-up to MGS4's release, and I don't think it has that number on the back of the box for that either.
Yeah.
I'll have to find it later and like verify that, but I don't believe it does. So.
Yeah, and I figured that out through a walkthrough, because when I played that when it first came out on PS1. and I couldn't get past that, and I said, fuck it, and moved on with my life. But years later, I would look up GameFAQs.com and figure it out and play through it. And it was great. I still think it holds up, but you have to get used to the controls.
Yeah, the controls just don't hold up very well at all, I don't think.
But there's a guy named Psycho Mantis in it.
There is Psycho Mantis, and he's pretty dope.
And what I think about Metal Gear Solid 2 that really separates it is the last 2 hours of that game are so fucking good. Because it kind of takes this approach as if it's like it starts off as you think it's this brand new adventure that's a step above everything else, and then it switches perspective to the Raiden thing and then basically turns into a criticism of people who wanted the exact same thing for the sequel. So basically Kojima said, oh, okay, I'll give you literally the exact same thing but worse. I will make the codec calls 10 times as frequent and more annoying. And then when it slows down a bit after that, but then when you get to the final section, the game completely unveils itself as this postmodern statement almost. Like you go through levels with code going through the wall, and the commander and the general and Rose actually start talking to you as a player, telling you I think one time they said you've been playing this game for a long time.
Way too long.
Yeah, you've been playing for way too long. Don't you have anything better to do with your time? I think.
I need scissors. 61.
Yeah, there's one bit where he just starts talking in Japanese. There's one bit where he starts showing clips of the NES game.
And like he's like naming off like the Japanese rails, and like you can see like the skin like melt, like being transparent and everything. And by the end, he's like just a skull.
That was legitimately scary.
Yeah. The first time I played through that, it was like late at night. I was by myself, and everything just started going nuts. And that section's hard enough as it is anyway. You don't have any weapons. You've got the most elite guards in the entire game.
You're naked, and he's
naked.
Cupping his balls.
And everything's going fucking nuts.
Even though Raiden's in fear of his life at that point, he's still cupping his balls.
It is the best
even
part
when
of
he's
the
doing
video
flips.
game.
Even when he's doing flips, he's still cupping his balls.
It's priorities, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can't let anyone see that. And then
the player.
Sad.
Yeah, and I loved the ending of that game because basically, again, please play the game if you hadn't, or forward this, because I don't want to spoil this because it is such a good ending. You
That's
basically
about like 2 or 3 minutes ahead. If you don't want spoiled, if you haven't played this and you still live under a rock,
yeah.
that's about
Well, like I hadn't played it, and I wouldn't want to know this because it is so surprising. But the bad guys win basically, and you helped them.
Yeah.
And what I loved about the bad guys is that they're actually like a weird form of consciousness. They're not a physical thing. They say they're a thing that evolved out of the White House. They're like sort of like either a cloud or technological consciousness, and it's a really creepy idea that I really like. That they're just sort of abstract concepts that are subliminally influencing Raiden to do their bidding. And at the end, they even say to him, defeat Solidus, do what you want. And then Raiden says, I'm not a weapon. They said, yes, you are. You're literally basically doing what we want you to. And the last boss is Solidus. You don't go after them at the end. And at the end, Raiden basically dooms humanity to the Patriot's will. Because he was doing what he was told, basically, if you want to go for the whole Raiden as audience cipher type thing, then basically it's a criticism of the player playing a narrative game over choice.
One of the most interesting things about that ending sequence as well is the Patriots AI keeps mentioning stuff about junk data and useless trivia being preserved for all time and everything. And the game takes place in 2009. That's right around the time the big social media boom just really went off.
The game is way ahead of its time. It was
Yeah.
released in 2001, and junk data is more of an issue now than it is then. It's way more. Metal Gear Solid 2 is way more relevant now than it ever when it came out.
And it never got like it. I don't feel it got the respect it deserved just because of people whining about Raiden and not being able to get it. And another thing is
Yeah.
MGS3 and MGS4 are really good games, but I feel like they kind of cheapen MGS2's experience in a way. Like after playing through them and everything and getting everything explained. Kojima initially did not want to do 3 or 4.
Yeah.
He didn't want to continue the series. He wanted to leave it at MGS2. And as good as 3 and 4 were, I kind of feel like from a plot perspective, I kind of wish he would have.
Yeah. Oh, because it fits into the theme of the game where you're not sure what is reality and what isn't. I don't want. I've heard that Metal Gear Solid 4 overly explains everything.
It does.
I haven't played it, so I don't know.
I won't.
Kind
I
of a
won't.
waste of time.
Yeah, I won't get into too many details if you plan on playing it. But like stuff like Vamp is over-explained and it kind of kills his mystique.
See, I don't like that because I like that in this game, Vamp and Fat Man especially are both. They're basically just sort of the game's way of breaking its own universe. They're basically metaphors. Basically, is what
Yeah.
they're like. They're ideas for. So this is what you expect from a Metal Gear sequel. Let's have a boss that basically breaks the mythological nature of the universe, Vamp, or something that breaks the tone of the universe into outright absurdity, Fat Man.
Right.
So playing with the idea of what you'd expect from a Metal Gear sequel, and then at the literally end, reality is broken completely, and that's what I like about Vamp and Fat Man, is that they, more than anything else, add to the idea that the whole game could be VR, and you don't know what is real or not.
Here's another interesting thing about Vamp in the ending. I don't know if you. It's kind of hard to spot at first the way as fast as everything moves, but apparently Vamp appears in the background of the ending.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, that would very much play into the idea that the whole thing was VR.
exactly.
In fact, there's actually stuff that points towards the Tanker mission where you're playing as Snake actually being you playing as Snake. Raiden playing as Snake, sorry, in VR. So technically throughout the game you've never played as Snake, which I really like that idea as well.
It's just, it was so good. It's the best in the series, and I don't know how much better it's received these days, especially with it being a lot more relevant, like you had mentioned. But it just deserves more respect. And
I just say, in terms of just being a pure work of metafiction, I think it's just, I don't think any games around that time were considering postmodernism as a theme, and Metal Gear Solid 2 definitely goes for that route.
right. And like the thing about one thing I just really remembered was we mentioned Kojima did not want to continue the series after MGS2, and everything just kind of got over-explained and an over-reliance on nanomachines and stuff like that. And in a way, like people say, "Oh, MGS2 trolled the audience at the end." Those kind of over-explanations, in a way, are kind of Kojima trolling the audience again. Like, you wanted more, I'll give you everything, basically. I will over-explain everything. Now let's see how you like it.
But I don't-
Kojima's biggest troll was cutscenes with their own save points.
Yeah.
Are you joking, really?
No,
That's MGS4 in a nutshell.
that's MGS4. Especially Act 3.
God.
Which is so terrible in the first half and then so much fun in the second half.
See, everyone. Thing is, Metal Gear Solid 4 was getting rave reviews at the time, but literally every person I've talked to about Metal Gear Solid 4 says that if you want to play the whole series, play it, but Metal Gear Solid 4 ain't that good. Is basically what everyone said to me.
Well, like, it plays fine. Like, as far as like gameplay goes and everything, it's great. But it does a lot of things in story that like it has some pretty emotional scenes, and like there are some things that are wrapped up really well that I'm really happy about. But as far as the story goes, it does do a lot to kind of wreck a lot of what MGS2 did, and even a little bit of what MGS3 did as well.
Mm. And well, just the thing is, like, in terms of over-explaining everything, I think that's literally just... The game even basically says that Snake at the very end basically is telling the player about what you should take out of the experience for playing the game, thinking about how Raiden is basically a metaphor for the video game player. He's basically telling Raiden, it doesn't matter if anything makes sense, it's what you take out of the experience. Basically telling people to stop worrying so much about things like canon and start liking things like subtext more. And that's, I think, the ironic thing, is everyone came out of that game going, oh, it doesn't make sense, it doesn't do this, which first I think it does make sense if you think about it for a bit, and second of all, that's not the point. The ending of the game even told you that it was more about the themes and that the only way you're going to get anything out of it is if you start critically thinking about games, and it's actually a ploy to get people to take games more seriously. In 2001, like this, it really is so ahead of its time that a game is like begging you to think about video games as an art form when video games weren't. It wasn't even being discussed back then.
And it did it without being David Cage.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All of the stuff that's in that game is stuff that only works in the video game. The fact that he uses the idea of bosses to further the metaphors is just it's way ahead of its time. I think that game, and I think the first game was about genes and stuff like that, and it's there, but it kind of comes out of nowhere, really, and I don't really think that 1 holds up in terms of plot. I think 1 is more incomprehensible, really, than 2, and 1 isn't even trying to be like 2.
Right.
But I think 2, just from the outset, has the general theme of memes and passing things on and misinformation, especially how the game was marketed is another reason for that. And it's basically a multi-million-dollar art game, which is what I loved about it, really.
I think you're going to like MGS3 when you eventually move on to that. It is a completely different game. It is Kojima's Bond movie.
Yeah,
I know that. I'm happy making a theme. So,
you said you had the collection, right?
Yeah, I got the HD collection.
Oh, good.
Which has also, I think it's got. Yeah, I checked the.
Peace Walker.
Yeah, it's got Peace Walker, but it's also in Metal Gear Solid 3 it has the special edition which has Metal Gear 1 and 2 as well. So I basically nearly got the whole series. For the HD collection is a bargain, basically. I really recommend it.
The only one it doesn't have is 4, right?
And 4 and 1.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's in the Legacy collection on PS3. You can get that, but if you just got an Xbox, just do that. Although I do recommend at least looking up things about Metal Gear Solid 1 before going to 2, because it does draw a lot of parallels to it.
Absolutely. I'm just glad to see people still digging that game today, especially like new players. Because like you said, you're just getting into the series really. So I'm so glad to see people showing that game some love. It really deserves it.
Yeah, no, it is a very good game, and and as what I said, I liked about it is I'm still thinking about it nearly a week on from finishing it, and I do think that's really what a good plotline should do. Not, oh, it didn't make sense. How does it make sense that they're a consciousness that doesn't have a physical thing? Like, shut up and just think about it for a bit instead of complaining. Instead of complaining that you're not playing as Snake.
Exactly. Oh, Raiden's so good. Oh, shut up.
Raiden isn't actually that bad. It's all Rose. It's all Rose.
Yeah.
You know what tomorrow is? Do you know what tomorrow? I don't care what tomorrow is. But then again, I'm saying
I won't save your game then.
I know, yeah. But I say that, but that's exactly what the game wants me to think. It wants me to be irritated. which, I think it works better in Metal Gear Solid 2 than something like No More Heroes, because in Metal Gear Solid 2, it's for 2 hours, I think. The game is only purposefully irritating for about 2 hours. In No More Heroes, it's nearly the whole game. It's about 9 hours of purposely trying to piss you off. And in No More Heroes, I just think, okay, you're trying to make a bad game, I get it, but all you're going to end up doing is making a bad game. Whereas you do that section of Metal Gear Solid 2, and then the gameplay starts, becoming more fluid and fun, and then you realize that there is actual talent behind it, and they're not using satire as an excuse to have bad game design, which is a lot of what I think No More Heroes is.
Right.
I think Suda trips over himself, and it's unfortunate.
Oh, totally.
He trips over his own ideas.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. He could be No More. The first No More Heroes is a really, really cool and interesting game to think about, but like it really does go overboard on the trying to be irritating type thing. I think Metal Gear Solid 2 does that just enough, where it's effective, but it's not the whole experience.
It does enough to make its point, but it doesn't ruin everything.
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
Sorry, I don't talk about that. And there wasn't even
Hey, any excuse to talk about MGS2, I will take.
It was a good game, yeah.
Did you play anything else the last few weeks, or?
Bits and bobs, but really, those are the two really big ones. Otherwise, I've just sort of been moving and stuff like that. But Super Time Force, definitely check that out and play that. That's really, really fun.
Sweet. All right, Tom, what have you been playing, man?
I went to see Scotty's band play, actually.
Oh, yeah? How were they?
Twice. I did want to throw a little shout out to that, because it was awesome. And that is my total bias review. But Scotty's band was absolutely great. If you already downloaded their music, you already know what to expect, but they do make their CDs sound bad, which is a problem, because they are really, really good live. And Scotty just is completely enthusiastic when he plays, to the point where he kind of looks like a maniac.
Were they actually, or were they holograms a la Hatsune Miku? Did you check?
That I couldn't tell. It would have been the most impressive holograms I've ever seen in a Philadelphia bar.
They could be the new Vocaloids, you never know.
Would it be a Vocaloid?
I saw them twice, and after the second time, my girlfriend and I went back to my apartment, and we played like 3 hours of Sonic Generations. And
that's a hell of a night.
That game is fucking the best. Like, I played it a bit, and then I thought, oh, this was fun. Green Hill Zone was good. So was Sky Sanctuary and Chemical Plant Zone. Oh, it wants me to do challenges. Fuck this, I'm going to bed. But I actually did some challenges. I beat the boss for that area, and I kept playing through the game with her, and it got awesome. And then it got to fucking, what was it from 06?
Crisis City.
Crisis City. And that's when it kind of falls apart.
Oh.
That's when the game kind of, like, all of that clever design kind of just gets put into a shovel and chucked out the window.
You hated Crisis City.
Maybe it was, we were talking about being bad on purpose. Maybe it's a comment on Sonic 06.
Oh, well,
it's the Sonic 06 level.
It was a metaphor for Sonic 06, but it was...
there you go.
Well, the ending of that level, at least in the classic version, is kind of a troll, because it's like, well, you played Generations, right, Stevie?
Yeah.
So you know how it is.
Oh, the tornado carrying the car.
Yeah, the goalpost. And it's like they were ballsy enough to do that in a level that everybody was already dreading. I love that. That's awesome.
That classic version was good, but then the new Sonic version opens up, and it's just like, fuck.
What did you do? Did you burst right into the pit?
Yeah! 5 times in a row!
Yes!
5 fucking times in a row!
The ballsiest level. I love it.
That's not a troll, that's bad. And the rest of the level wasn't that much better.
I love that level. I love the music.
And you are a little fucker.
That's my best level.
It's not as bad as Planet Wisp. Planet Wisp is
Planet Wisp. Here's the funny thing. I consider Crisis City to be one of the best levels in the game. And it's funny that the game that was the worst Sonic game in history spawned one of the best levels in Generations.
That's your opinion.
Where one of the best games in Sonic history, Colors, spawned the worst level in Generations.
That level was terrible for both versions.
Not Crisis City. Planet Wisp is terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Those set of 3 levels, what was it, from 06, Heroes, and Colors, were terrible.
I think the Heroes one is alright.
I mean, Unleashed.
Unleashed.
Yeah,
Heroes is on good.
I love that level. I love every level except for Seaside Hill. Well, okay, that one's not too bad, I guess. And Planet Wisp, which is truly bad.
City Escape was the best thing ever.
City Escape was great.
City Escape, and that's the thing is City Escape. I'm gonna quote John Doherty here, and he said, "If you ever want to experience Sonic Adventure 2, just play the City Escape level of Sonic Generations. That's all you need."
Yeah.
The best part of Sonic Adventure 2 has been done better in another Sonic game.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was fucking fun. Everything up until Crisis City was fucking fun.
Did you at least like Crisis City's music? Please tell me at least you didn't like the violins.
No, I didn't like any. You know what? The music could be amazing.
Would you have liked it better if the song in the background was Sonic talking about him and Robotnik saying "Violence breeds violence"? And maybe
that
both the
boss
same.
fight at the end of that section. I forgot to mention the boss fight. Egg Dragoon was pretty fun in Unleashed, but in Generations it's fucking terrible, but that would make it better, to be honest.
Yeah, so I'm loving Generations, though, overall. I just am dreading doing the challenges for Crisis City, and...
The challenges are great overall, though. I really like them.
Yeah, except for the ones with Amy in them.
Yeah,
the fucking hammer.
You're not gonna like the one with Vector in it, I don't think. That's in Rooftop Run. That's the crocodile.
Find the computer room.
Yeah, that guy.
I don't remember that.
Y'all didn't play Shadow the Hedgehog. What is wrong with y'all?
I played Shadow.
What you played Shadow the Hedgehog? You're good. Tell him what is wrong with you.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
I've never been criticized for not playing Shadow the Hedgehog.
I like overly cheesy games. They're somewhat decent.
That game. At least watch a couple of the cutscenes of Shadow the Hedgehog, because it's trying so hard to be edgy.
And that's what makes it brilliant.
It's so funny.
It's like a mystery.
They have 2 sides you can allied with, the good side and the bad side. But they didn't program it so to differentiate either. So no matter who you're playing, the bad enemies and the good enemies will still attack you. So bad.
And the only way you can switch is either at a checkpoint or by pausing. You can't just switch on the fly. And that's where the whole find the computer room came from.
It's actually not as bad as some of the really bad Sonic games, but it's still not that good.
Yeah.
I still have no desire to play most of those.
Yeah, it's better than Heroes. It's definitely better than 06.
I'm content going the rest of my life without ever playing Sonic Heroes.
Yeah.
But not without 06, because 06 needs to be experienced.
It needs to be. It doesn't get played. It's an experience.
I know Brett is going to do a Let's Play of 06 at some point, and I will let that be my experience.
Yeah. No. But here's the thing about 06. You don't know how terrible the controls are until you've played it.
Exactly.
Watching someone play it isn't enough, because you need to feel just how bad they are, because I remember when I first played it with Michael, I thought, oh, I know the controls would be bad, and then I started playing it. I was like, these are worse than I thought. These are so
It's
bad.
deceptive because you look at like Let's Plays and stuff like that, and you're like, that doesn't look that bad. Why are they getting so angry? And then you actually play it, and it's like, I understand everything.
You realize you can die in scripted sequences, and the mux sections are atrocious.
When I was playing Generations and I was playing Crisis City, it was the first time in the 3D Sonic version where I can homing attack off the edge and land into pits and die. And I thought to myself, they've really tried to emulate Sonic 06 in this game, because that has never happened to me before in any of the other 3D Sonic levels. It's like they threw good design out the window.
You just need to see a good route through it. You need to see a master like myself play it.
No, I don't care.
That level's so good. You just gotta, you just gotta feel it. You need to play Crisis City in 06 first before you go back and play Crisis City in Generations, so you can appreciate how far they've come.
I've also been playing Final Fantasy XIII.
Yes! Another great game!
God damn it. I listened to the other episodes of this, and I thought, there's no way those guys could talk about Final Fantasy XIII more.
Oh, yes,
Been proven wrong now.
Fun fact, Stevie Grant, the reason I had Sonic Generations in my PS3 is because I was playing Final Fantasy XIII and realized, fuck this! Why am I doing this?
Why 13 too? That's the better game!
Why am I doing this to myself when I could be playing a good game that I haven't finished yet?
13-2 is a good game! Not 13 is an okay game. 13-2 is a great game.
I was looking at Hyperdimension Neptunia before
Oh,
I picked out Generations.
That was the thing. Sorry. That was the thing I remember now. Earlier I told you about the most Japanese thing you had ever said. And what it was, I remember clearly now, it was Tom said, oh, I ate sea urchins recently. And then Brett said, oh, that reminded me of this character from Hyperdimension and Neptunia. How more weeaboo can you get, really?
I'm the king. Yes.
And sea urchins are good. Sea urchins are good, but I will not connect that to eating a lolly character from a game. Sir.
I didn't even know what lolly means. This is the thing. This is anime. Listeners, this is all anime talk. The good members of society like us don't know what things like lolly and mo means. I have no idea what these people do, but I'm sure we probably don't want to know.
Lolly and Curly and Mo. God damn it. Also, you're not one to talk. You've been watching Kill la Kill, so there.
I know, but I don't know what mo means, so I think that's the line.
That's what Jakazuri is.
Yeah, I think this is different. This is now, like, violence breeds violence. I think the new term should be anime breeds anime. That is what is happening here.
But lollies breed lollies. Wait, no.
I don't even know what that means, but I'm sure it's perverted.
It is.
And finally, I played Decap Attack for the first time, and
Whoa,
that lasted about
good.
10 minutes.
Oh, bad.
It was fun, it just wasn't interesting to me.
He doesn't like good games. He doesn't like Final Fantasy 13 2. He doesn't like Crisis City.
Wait, you're telling me this.
Doesn't like Decap
If you
Attack?
started saying that, I would get it, but not you.
What, did you expect anything else from me? Let's be honest.
Truly? No.
There.
Oh, Brett, just standing here, I realized you're just like me, trying to make history. In the end, you have to know that I don't know the rest of those lyrics.
Nanomachine, son. That's all they are, is nanomachines. Oh boy, so did you play anything else?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was trying to close it out with Decap Attack.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. And then I ruined everything.
Oh, wait, no. I played Columns because I was trying to go to sleep, and the music for that game puts me to sleep.
So you played Columns.
So you hate Crisis City. You hate Final Fantasy 13. You hate Decap Attack.
I didn't ever say I hated it.
But you'll willingly play Columns.
It's a sleep aid. Like Benadryl.
Y'all remember when y'all made fun of me for playing Tekken all the time?
Well, I mean, it's not like Tom doesn't go into tournaments for Columns. Tom doesn't have
We don't even have tournaments for
Tom
Columns.
doesn't have blogs dedicated to Columns, right? Tom's handle isn't Column Rainmaker. So,
Hey, that's a Final Fantasy. Wait, no, that's not help my case, is it?
oh god, I don't know. Just
Do you think
some
they do
anime,
that for Columns,
something.
Do you think they make
Can you do
figures
this
for
for Columns?
Columns?
Yeah, they make arcade sticks for Columns.
Columns is going to be at EVO this year, confirmed.
Yeah, the red columns are so high tier. It's just such a noob if you play with those columns.
Oh, Daigo going to own it Columns this year, yo.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
hype.
I can't wait till Persona 4 The Columns comes out. Bad.
Hey, yo, wins Columns. Wins Columns.
No love for Columns. No love for Columns.
Sorry, let's talk about how lazy a name of Columns is. It sounds like the most. Hey, Mike. Yeah, I made a puzzle game. Oh, cool. Do you wanna like put it on a cartridge or something? Yeah. The last thing I've got to do is name it. Oh no, you got 2 seconds to name it. Just Columns. Okay, good. Out. Shipped. We've made the game now. You sure we couldn't think of anything better? No, Columns.
Yeah,
Hurry, rush on
Tetris.
Sega six-pack.
Tetris has a name that isn't related.
Yeah, that's like calling Tetris blocks.
And I'm sure there is a puzzle game called Blocks.
Oh, probably. It's probably some stupid Armor Games Flash game. Rubbish.
Yeah, it's probably one of those like $5 PS1 games you'd see at Walmart in the end of their life cycle. Wait, you guys don't have Walmart. I'm the only one that has that. And I'm so
We
angry.
have Asda, which on the sign says part of the Walmart family. So
Oh, so
I
you're
think
not.
Asda might be our equivalent. No, I think Tesco is our equivalent of like a big high chain supermarket.
Oh God,
We don't have Walmarts in Philadelphia.
you're
Problem.
so lucky. You're so fucking
You
lucky.
used to work at one of them, didn't you?
I still work there,
Oh, right.
and I hate it. It's the worst.
Make sure they aren't listening, Brett. Shh.
They don't care about me.
There might be Mr. Walmart. There might be a guy in a suit in the big tower office building going, that Sega Addict works at Walmart and he doesn't like it. And he's going to push a button that activates a trap door right under your seat and you're going to be fired.
Your manager is going to be like, I want to listen to a podcast about columns. He's going to find this show.
I am a businessman and I enjoy things being filed into neat piles. So I am going to think about columns for a bit.
But hey, if they are listening, hey, get me my goddamn breaks on time for once. Thank you.
That doesn't sound like you're putting on a happy face.
Yeah, come on. That doesn't mean you're not getting fired here.
I'm wearing a fucking Walmart bracelet right now. What is wrong with me? Right, what have I been playing?
What have you been
I
playing?
need to think of things that don't make me angry. Wait, Marvel is not a thing that doesn't make me angry.
Oh yeah, no.
Shit.
Oh no, Brett. I saw on Twitter and on Facebook, and I am disgusted. I am horribly disgusted. Brett, you need to return that product because Capcom does not have the Marvel. No. Neo do not have the license. That is an illegal copy of the game, and
Of course it's illegal. It was used.
it's pre-owned. The company is not getting the rightful money it deserves for putting out a quality video game to play on your entertainment system. That is an illegal copy which should be purged from your possession.
Oh! Sometimes I wish it would be. But other times I realize it actually isn't as bad as I thought it would be.
It is, though.
Phoenix Wright is really bad. The reason I bought the game, and I got it for like $2 because I had a coupon.
Well, that's even worse. They're getting less money. They're not getting the right money they deserve, Brett. They need it.
No.
That's all going straight to
GameStop,
GameStop.
not me.
How else are the higher ups at Capcom going to buy their 9th swimming pool? If people like you continue.
They can't even buy one swimming pool after how bad Resident Evil 6 bombed.
Oh no! Did it bomb? I thought that got way good sales.
All right.
For a shitty game, but
Oh shit!
Good work.
Okay, Street Fighter Cross Tekken after how bad that bombed.
All right.
Even though I paid like $80 for that damn thing, but I did get this $2. I got it originally just to play as Phoenix Wright, and then I realized Phoenix Wright is fucking awful.
Right on.
I love how they did his fighting style, like the whole sneezing as his launcher and like sending Maya as a projectile and all that. I love. What is he doing?
is he gone? I think he's gone to find some anime.
Oh God. Yes.
Oh God, he's done.
What is he
What
doing?
is he doing?
Tom,
Thomas.
Pocky-san, what are you doing?
Oh,
If you
there.
want to play a quality entertainment game that is legal and
Yeah.
has a better clumsy fighting style, then you should be playing this one.
I do. They had that for like $28, and
And why didn't you get it?
because it wasn't used, I couldn't use my coupon on it.
It has a girl that knocks over bookshelves, and that is her
She's
final attack.
adorable. You told me about this.
You are a dumbass.
Damn, son, we're getting salty.
God, there's gonna be a battle of the anime fans soon. Whoever wins, we really will lose.
You know what I miss? Is you know how if you play on a game on the DS, there's DS download play.
Yeah.
So one cart can play with multiple people. They should have that with fighting games.
They should. Oh my God, yes.
That's stupid that isn't allowed.
I thought the PSP was supposed to have that. I might be wrong though. Yeah, I'm probably wrong.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That
Yeah,
seems
we
like a
just
lot
take
of data.
bread around here, so.
Well, like MVC3 is pretty okay. Once I got the hang of it, I still think the final boss is the most bullshit thing to ever happen to a fighting game's arcade mode. Even though I figured out how to beat it pretty reliably, and I can spam Dante like a motherfucker now.
I haven't figured it out,
X
and I
Factor.
rage quit.
Who is the final boss?
Galactus. And he's
Oh,
huge
okay.
and he's very bullshit. But basically, you sacrifice, like you just do as much damage as you can to him with your first two characters, and basically just sacrifice him, and then whoever you want the ending with, you activate X Factor and just spam your super combos. Don't use any super combos with your first two. Just build it up to level 5.
Everything you just said sounds stupid. Like
It is pretty stupid and spammy, but
I don't want to play a fighting game like that. I hate final boss characters like that.
yeah, I do too. It's honestly, I think the worst final boss either since Seth and Vanilla Street Fighter 4 or Jinpachi in Tekken 5. They were both fucking awful. But this just takes a cake. And the only way to really reliably beat him, unless you're some sort of master, is to just spam him to death with X Factor and super combos. But yeah, it's pretty okay. I'm not using Phoenix Wright, even though he's the reason I bought the game. Like, his gameplay, it looks cool, it looks funny, it fits him, but actually playing as him is the biggest pain in the ass in the world.
You just wasted money.
Well, it was only $2. Plus, I found other characters that are
Two
actually pretty
illegal bucks.
fun. Fuck legality! What has Disney done for me lately?
You paid $2
Only
to play a
providing
game.
you the finest of quality entertainment, Brett.
Frozen is not quality entertainment.
Oh, people have worked hard, Brett.
If that's their hardest work, then I demand better.
What are we talking about?
Disney.
Brett being a criminal.
Bring
You
it
didn't-
on.
You didn't like Frozen?
I didn't like Frozen.
Frozen is brilliant. Fuck you. Frozen is great. Next thing you're gonna say you didn't like the Lego movie.
I haven't seen the Lego movie yet.
You
but
son of a bitch!
No, he hasn't. Tom, I'm assuming you've seen the Lego movie, Tom.
Absolutely. It
It's
was
so
perfect.
fucking good, and Brett hasn't seen it. Scotty's seen it. Brett, why haven't you seen the Lego movie?
Let's just
Because
talk
I'm a
about it and make Brett feel left out.
I paid $2 for Marvel. I'm a lazy, cheap
Yeah,
bastard.
you couldn't
Stevie,
either have done. Let's
Wasn't
talk
the-
about it. Yeah.
yes, wasn't the ending of the Lego movie one of the best things ever that Brett hasn't
Oh, it's
seen?
so fucking funny. And how about that song? That song is so great.
Yeah, and how about that thing with the Tuesday? That was special.
This movie?
And how about how it manages to pull on your heartstrings, being a movie about fucking Lego?
I have
I teared up, honestly, teared up.
Me too, and it's a movie about fucking Lego, and it makes you choked
You're
up.
hijacking
That's
my
how good it is, Brett.
You assholes!
You haven't seen it.
I strangle you all!
You need to see the Lego. Instead of doing illegal things, you should watch the Lego movie instead.
Fire Pro! Fire Pro
Take control of your
Returns!
podcast.
I
Come
have been playing Fire Pro Wrestling Returns. It was $9 on PSN, and it's fucking awesome.
I've
It's
never heard of
2D.
it.
It's 2D. This actually goes to the question you were going to ask. It's a PS2 classic. It's on PSN right now. And it's $10, and it has the most custom. It's a 2D wrestling game, but it's better than any of the stuff THQ has put out for WWE in the last few years. It's very highly customizable. I've got the entire like New Japan and WWE and like all these other rosters imported in, and it's very fluid, very fun.
Is it better or worse than WCW versus NWO World Tour on the Nintendo 64?
That's a tough one.
Because that is my favorite wrestling game ever.
That's a damn good game. Anything Aki did was a really good game. I think they're on the level, to be honest with you.
Okay. How much was it?
It's $10 and it's on PSN.
Too much!
Yeah. I would, if you're not like a big wrestling fan or anything, I would wait until it's about like $5 on sale or something.
I'm not against anything.
There's plenty of like footage and stuff of it online too. I'll send you some stuff later. But it's really fun, very fluid, and I recommend it. And I also bought the TNA Impact game, but it hasn't gotten here yet. So I bought like 3 games this week for under $20. That's not bad.
That sounds like a dirty game.
Yeah, well, TNA is the worst wrestling company in the world, bar none. But, the game
You've
looks
been
fun.
playing Extreme Beach Volleyball, Brad. That one is TNA. I'm playing TNA Extreme Beach Volleyball.
No, it's actually worse than Extreme Beach Volleyball, if there is such a thing. The company itself, that is.
Bullshit!
Yeah.
The game itself looks pretty fun, but the actual company, the promotion, is really fucking terrible. And they're going to be dead by the end of the year, though, so good.
Nothing can be worse
Yeah,
than
they'll be dead, but a lot of people who worked for that company, Brett, will be no longer getting the money that they need to
They
get
don't get paid at all. They're behind on their payments.
for quality entertainment. They are
Not
providing
quality.
you
Jeff Hardy is not a quality wrestler.
just like you illegally owning a copy of that game.
Well, you know what? This is what they get for putting the cap rate in Ultra Street Fighter 4 instead of Karen.
No excuse.
Go roast it.
No excuse. Sorry, that is like saying, "Oh, sorry, you didn't give me a present for my birthday. Okay, I'm going to murder you." That is what I'm going to do because that is
I
no,
take my
Brett.
birthday
I'm
very
sorry.
Seriously.
I'm sorry, Brett. I
That-
didn't
that
know the
reminds
host of
me-
this episode was a fucking criminal.
That reminds me.
Yoshinori Ono would be rolling in his grave.
Yes.
That reminds me, Stevie. What did you get me for my birthday?
I got you a piece of advice, life advice, being do not practice anything illegal, and you've already breached this. So I'm sorry, Brett.
I got you the gift of sexual harassment. The gift that keeps on giving.
There you go.
Giving a little.
Tom's been nice enough to give you that.
Giving a little too hard and too much.
This can't be too hard.
Brett, if you didn't like it, you wouldn't dress that stuff. You know, you act like you don't want it, but you wouldn't be wearing what you're wearing if that was the
I was
case.
just like this when we hired Tom. Tell me I was asking for it.
You wear all those sexy, seductive hats.
Yeah, sorry. If you didn't want it, you shouldn't have dressed like that.
Eat it, Tumblr.
Dear Tumblr! Oh my god. And then, last thing I've been playing was... how do I follow that shit? I played a bit of... Well, let's see, BlazBlue Chrono Phantasma got its patch this week. And they ruined Makoto, and I'm not happy about it, so I'm not going to talk about it. So, let's move on to the news, unless anybody else has any more stuff to talk about. In that
I've got one thing I would like to mention, actually.
Yes.
So here is a nice fact. I moved recently in with my father, and I've obviously been to his a number of times, but I never realised until now, and I don't know how I haven't told you this. Guess what road my father lives on, and that I am now currently living at?
What's that?
Brett Road.
Yes! I own your
I'm
life!
not even lying. He lives
I am
on
so
Brett
jealous.
Road.
I want you to steal that road sign for me.
I will take a picture and I will post it, but it
No, like,
obviously means there's a
steal it
lot
and
of
ship
illegal
it. I will pay
activity
for the
going on
shipping.
here.
I've always wanted to go south on Brett. Now you can.
Yeah, I'm living on Brett.
I tried to ignore it. I really did.
I am sitting on Brett right now, so there you go.
You're living the dream.
And I guess when you go out in the morning, you'll be riding on it, right?
Yeah. So I will be riding on Brett at some points if I go on a bus.
Well, I just hope you don't get rear-ended there.
Sounds
No,
like a
but
real
you know there are
gangbang.
like I think you could sometimes you call the pavement or something like the face of something. So you could say that I'm walking or sitting on Brett's face or something like that. I don't know.
You look
Brett Road, obviously, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about Brett Road.
You look at Tom's face and you can just see this look in his eye like, oh, you are living my dream.
You barely see my eyes. What are you talking about?
There's a rock thing going on right now.
Thomas, I think that is offensive. I am offended for all Asians everywhere. I'm offended that you would make such a joke about your own heritage. I cannot believe the people I'm podcasting right now are criminal and a racist.
You know, Tom, we brought this on ourselves, I believe.
Yeah, well, Stevie's fanfiction last time was about me, how racist I am.
Yeah.
We reached out to the truth.
But I never knew you were a self-racist.
I am least comfortable around Asian people. I can say that for a fact.
Whoa!
I grew up in Whitetown, USA, where I was one of 4 Asian people in school, and I'm pretty sure all of them didn't like me. So.
Oh God.
That's fun facts about me.
Of your ingrained racism.
It's become a Childish Gambino album.
See, that's why it says Secret Asian on under your name, because you don't want anyone to know. You are a closet Asian.
That's right. I have slowly morphed my R's into L's, and I'm keeping it that way.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that was what I wanted to bring up.
How the fuck did we get on that tangent? My God. Listeners, if you're still with us, I love you. I will personally thank you all.
If you're still with us, I am sorry for the amount of offense that has come in this
All
episode.
three of you still listening, this probably counts Scotty. I don't know, he's probably
Scotty,
too old
yeah.
at this point.
Scotty,
what the
if you-
fuck?
Actually, I factually know Scotty did not listen to the last episode.
And who can
Oh,
blame
I've
him?
got an idea. I've got an idea. We should try and see if Scotty listens to this, and we could ask him, and if he doesn't, and if he says that he did but he didn't, we can say, well, what was the secret word? Let's make up a secret word right now that Scotty has to acknowledge, and he would only have gotten if he listened this far. So Scotty, if you've listened to this episode, you have to, on Twitter, or the next time we talk to you, you have to bring up a code word. I don't know what the code word is.
Hashtag it and mention all of us.
Hashtag the code word is I'm a paedophile. So what you have to do is on Twitter, you have to make a tweet on Twitter saying I am a paedophile. And then we will know, oh, okay, Scotty listened to that episode. If you do not put on Twitter, I am a paedophile, and this is not going to try and misconstrue it, so he means put Stevie as, no, put I, Scotty Morrison, I'm a paedophile, and then we will go, oh, okay, we are glad that Scotty listens to this podcast.
And put your current location on as well. Like, put your GPS on when you make the tweet.
Exactly.
Actually, I know you have access to your band's Twitter account, so just do it from there.
Oh, God. We're so fired.
So, do that, Scotty, please.
I'm the fucking owner, and I'm so fired. Yes, please do that. Yes. We will be paying attention. If you don't do this, we will be heartbroken.
Very upset.
I will cry for days.
I'll just laugh.
I will delete your album from my hard drive, and I know that's going to be a huge blow to your conscience. So yeah, please, we beg you.
If you don't do this, I will stop sexually harassing Brett. And
Yeah. And we all know how that would turn out.
yeah.
On second thought,
Those repressed emotions would eventually just cause me to seek him out and visit him using his tweet locations and just, give him a nice little rub.
Don't act like you know you want it, Brett. We already established this.
you're a good girl, and you know you want it.
You know you want it.
Oh my
And
God.
I'll do it while playing on my iPod "Toxic" by Britney Spears.
Why? No, I think "Genie in a Bottle" by Christina Aguilera works better because she doesn't say in that song, "You gotta rub me the right way." Or actually, "Dirty" would be a good one.
No, hot in here.
Really?
Right now.
What here works. Or if you want to be a little bit more tender, just go up to Brett and just sort of like hold him in your arms and just sort of, roses around everywhere and just whisper
We're
softly
not talking
into
about
his
the
ear.
flowers. We're talking about the
Whisper softly. Yeah, no. This is Tom to Brett. Whisper softly into Brett's ear. You are beautiful in every single way.
God.
Words can bring you down.
That'll be during the rub, but this will be while I'm braiding your hair.
But don't you bring me down tonight, no matter what they say.
Oh no!
Anytime.
Brett, this is your future. This is your future, right here. You're listening to it. Because I'm feeling you and I'm touching you.
My dreams, I see.
Why did I reread
Yeah, so well, what you could do is, like, Tom, you could go over to Brett's house and you could go, and Brett could like go up to you seductively, and you could just sort of take off his top, and he's wearing the necklace that the old lady has at the end. He just flies on the settee. He goes, "Tom, draw me like one of your animes."
Oh my god. News! We don't have much, but please God, let's do some news.
You see, and you know that my heart will go on and on.
If you see the face I've got right now, I think I've mastered Scotty's "I'm done with everybody on this planet" face. I guess this is my level up for hosting the show. I guess everybody who hosts the show will gain the ability to just have a complete sense of being done with life and humanity and
these people kind of expression.
yeah, these fucking guys.
These fucking wise
Where
guys.
did your British accent just come from randomly, Brett?
I don't know. It's Stevie being back. I've been infected.
Please God help me.
All right, news. Let's talk about some flying hamsters. We got some bad news actually regarding flying hamsters. Flying Hamster 2 has canceled its Kickstarter, but we've also got some good news. They found a publisher. They did not get enough positive activity at first to succeed, so they just pulled the plug on the campaign early, but a new publisher was found during the downtime. FDG Entertainment and Game Outlier met during the downtime, and they are going to bring Flying Hamster 2 to digital platforms. It has a planned Steam release. Nothing has been announced yet, but it's kind of a happy ending for something that really wasn't getting enough love. So
And I love the first game. I love Flying Hamster HD on my Vita. It's one of the only things that can fit on my Vita, but it's a good time. It's a good time, and I'm glad to see that they're completely going a new direction with the new one, and that it's getting going to get funded in a way, not the way it originally planned on it.
Yeah, in a way, this is almost better because they get some good financial backing from people who aren't fans for once.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's the thing about. Oh, sorry, you go.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. That's the thing about Kickstarter is that even if it's more than just it's more than just a way of crowdsourcing. It's a way of getting publicity, and that is what Flying Hamster 2 got basically with the Kickstarter was publicity more than funds or anything. It was more important to that. So it just shows there are so many more aspects to Kickstarter than just the money aspect.
Agreed. And I don't know if I could do it though. Like I have my own game I'm working on privately, and I don't know if I can go to Kickstarter though, because I can't handle the idea of suddenly my product having to fill the expectations of all of these people. So in a way, just having a single publisher kind of lets them do what they want.
Right.
More so than maybe before.
Right. But we talked about this when we were on Sega Nerds last month, and it looks pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm glad that they got a good publisher. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm pretty hyped. Let's see, what else was on here? We didn't have a lot of news this week.
They got a happy ending just like you did, Brett.
Just like you will, yes.
Yes.
Whoa, Brett's took his hat off. I didn't even know he could do that.
I've got a Hitler part right now. I need to put this back on.
God.
Where did my...
Why is
my
that
thing?
the first place you go with that? I got the Hitler part.
Well, I mean, well, look at it. It's like if you put a worse mustache than the one I actually have, I could be a spitting image.
So that is why you have the hat, to hide your racism.
Hide your racist.
To hide that.
Damn it.
Brett, Brett, the Holocaust is all your fault.
Jesus Christ. Alright, we have some news on console wars. I haven't really looked through this yet, to be
Some
honest.
people think that section went too far when I mentioned the Holocaust, but you know what? I'm glad I did.
If you don't,
was-
you will.
I was debating making it even worse by becoming a Holocaust denier for that segment. And then I decided I can't do that.
Do you know what I am? I am a Holocaust denier. I deny that Holocaust deniers don't exist. How non-racist does that make me?
Man, we got the time paradox up in here.
I'm starting to become ashamed of this show.
I think this episode should just
Episode.
be titled "The Holocaust." I think.
No, it's Stevie Returns. Sega Addicts
Stevie-
13.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I forgot that was the title. In that case, don't put the Holocaust in the title.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
me being the star of the show, not humanity's greatest disaster.
wait, no, I am humanity's greatest disaster. What are you talking about?
You know, this is getting dirty, and frankly, I think we should move on.
Oh, no!
Oh my.
No. We're gonna move on here.
Do you know what the last sentence of Anne Frank's diary was?
Oh, God.
It was, "Dear diary, today my dad brought me a drum set."
Ah!
Good old-fashioned Holocaust jokes.
I used to have like a bunch of Anne Frank jokes at the ready, but I forgot most of them. It's a shame. It's a shame. Now would have been the right time to know some good old Holocaust humor.
To finally break them out. Okay, so we've got rape, the Holocaust. What any other things can we say to be awful? We'll figure them out.
Yeah, they have to come organically.
Yeah, well, we've already mentioned James Cameron's Titanic as well. So.
I like that movie, kinda, probably.
Of course you would! Of course you would love it!
It was the first set of titties I've ever seen.
I did just see. She actually show her breasts in that movie.
Yes.
I didn't have the internet before that movie came out. My family was like one of the last to get the internet.
So what you did, you saw Titanic every other day.
Mommy,
Tom, you really like that movie.
And we got it on VHS.
Yeah, I do really like that movie. And you're seeing it a lot, and it must be a really sad movie because all of the tissues are gone whenever you go to see it.
Daddy, can you rewind to the painting part again, please?
As I obviously couldn't watch that part with my family. They made me leave the room, but it was a rental, so we had it for a few days after.
You watched it on the reflection of the windows.
No, Tom, you're supposed to rewind it to the beginning when you return.
The next family that rents it, we're going to have a nice night in, we're going to have the kids around, we're going to watch some Titanic, and the first thing they see is titties.
Well, I worked at one of those Blockbuster with the rewind machine, so that wouldn't have happened.
Ah!
It's unfortunate, because I'm pretty sure everybody who returned Titanic tried to do that.
Oh, Kate Winslet, how we don't miss you. Okay, news, Sega, things,
Genesis
video games.
does.
Oh yeah, we did. Genesis does 16-bit graphics. Genesis does, and I forgot the rest of that.
High definition.
That's as far into the commercial as I remember as well.
Yeah. Oh, Brett, I keep asking you this, but I'm never gonna stop asking you until you actually fulfill it. But Brett, you still don't own a Sega CD.
I still don't own a Sega CD.
Haven't
Are
you
you
seen
waiting
the
for
games?
Nintendo to make one?
Why, yes,
in
yes, I am.
So I'm going to go forward with
Sure.
this news article since Brett isn't.
Yeah, I can't.
Well, okay, I do know some about it. Okay, so
You know more about this than I do.
The Console Wars book just came out. You can pick it up. It's way overpriced, but supposedly very good. But if you really want to hear something good about it that provides some more insights than we can about this, check out the Sega Nerds podcast. Their most recent episode, episode 50, they have a dude what was part of the making of that book, which is about as detailed as I can get. I could bring up more information, but I'm saving the spot on my phone so that I can whip up James Cameron's Titanic theme whenever I need to. So.
We got the James Cameron soundboard.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say Sega Nerds are awesome in general. So.
And they probably want nothing to do with us ever again after this.
Yeah, it was a fantastic episode. I listened to it while not at work, and I highly recommend it. And the book apparently sounds very good. The Sega Nerds interview covers some great insights on the creation of Tales.
Whoa, cool. I need to listen to that then.
You do.
They are good.
Yeah, they are good people, and I still need to listen to that episode. And I am so sorry we have ruined our association with you through racism and.
Hey, they weren't okay. Okay, did you listen to the Eptom when we were on their podcast?
That was the reason why I am now subscribed to Sega Nerds.
Okay, good. Because I'm going to say they can't accuse us when they were talking about ejaculating on a flaming cross.
They brought it up. They opened the window.
They were the ones who started talking about ejaculating on burning Jesus. So.
Yeah, that was all them. That was all them.
All I did was just ask if they could have put period blood on it as well.
You're really in the right here, Stevie.
I'm really. If anything, yeah.
Oh my god.
I am the moral beacon of society.
Not just the Sega Addicts, of society.
Yeah, in fact, I think that deserves a.
I wish I could have seen the video version, because I remember. Actually, I did. When you guys were recording with them, I did click to watch the Hangout session, and then I realized that would involve sitting and watching, and I decided no.
Yeah, we were the only ones that had cameras during the entire thing. Like, everybody else's cameras were out.
I would have loved to see Scotty's face during most of that.
It was pretty much a mix of, I am so done with all of you motherfuckers, basically. A mix of that and please don't hate us.
As he said on this show, you guys rep the site well.
Oh yeah.
Of course we do. All right, news. Must finish news, and this is one you wrote. And why did they change your name back? I don't understand. Anyway, Sega is releasing Plants vs Zombies Arcade, and it's looking like it'll be a family-friendly House of the Dead, which will be pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a ticket machine, so it's going to spit out tickets. So you could probably expect to see this in Dave & Buster's.
Right.
And he's got like a plant on a turret shooting at zombies. And the one comment on the article that wasn't by me, I'm glad pointed out my horrible pun.
Uh-oh. Let me see. I didn't see the comment.
Which was, my pun was, it's like a family-friendly House of the Dead giving you a brand new opportunity to suffer like Tree did. And I'm glad the commenter decided to point out that that was horrible.
Yeah, very good way to. Excellent. Yeah, we don't have arcades in West Virginia because we're, middle of nowhere and arcades don't exist. But I'm pretty excited to see that at some point.
If you ever come to Philadelphia to sleep in my apartment, we should definitely go to Dave & Buster's.
What is Dave & Buster's? I have no idea what that means.
It's like Chuck E. Cheese's for adults.
Yeah.
What is Chuck E. Cheese? I got no idea what it is.
It's like an arcade and a restaurant.
What is an arcade? I got no idea.
I don't either because they haven't existed since 2004.
Okay, fuck off all of you. Go to Dave & Buster's.
I don't even think we have a Dave & Buster's in West Virginia.
Of course you don't. It's fucking West Virginia.
If we do, it's in Charleston, but I've never seen it. And that's bullshit.
Dave & Buster's, when you think of like the restaurant with the arcade games, you expect like, okay, the restaurant and then a bunch of half-assed arcade games that spit out tickets and it's nothing to go for. But Dave and Buster's is surprisingly good at upkeep of their machines. So
Legit.
I recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
It's legit. All right, and our last bit of news is there's a new first-person shooter coming to Dreamcast called Hypertension Harmony of Darkness, and I am not a fan of FPSs, so I'm going to let you take this one, Tom.
I hate FPSs as well, but it's been so long that there's since the last Doom-style FPS that I would be surprised if this isn't something special. If you've played the Dementium games on the DS, this looks like it's taking a lot of cues from there. And it has a mature warning at the end of the trailer for pretty much every fucking reason you can in the book. All the way down from violence, gore, to sexual references, everything. And if you've watched the trailer, it's you know, for what looks like just the Doom engine, it's got some pretty graphic shit in there. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. And I love buying Dreamcast homebrew, and Goat Store Publishing is very good as well. I have already bought 2 games from them, Feet of Fury and Iridesce, Master of Blocks, which is just a ripoff of Luminous.
I was going to say, if it's a ripoff of Tetris, because that would go back to our columns discussion earlier.
No. This one is a ripoff of Luminous, which you can play on the PSP, which is a fantastic game.
Oh, dope.
And Iridesce is a pretty good version of it.
Sweet.
On your Dreamcast. And it's different enough to make it worth it.
See, I like this because it's kind of a nostalgia thing being on the Dreamcast, and the thing about the recent retro stuff is that they all seem to be taking inspiration from NES, Super Nintendo, but I like the idea that we're getting sort of lovingly retro inspirations of old FPS games, so kind of blocky textures and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is their new take on retro, which I like.
Right.
Yeah, and this is definitely, since it's homebrew, they are pretty much unrestricted on the kind of fucked up shit they could put in this game, and it looks like they're totally going for that. So I'm excited for that, at least.
Oh, man. I would be excited, but I just cannot get into first-person shooters at all, so...
I can't get into modern first-person shooters at all, but I can still play the good old Doom mods.
Ah.
Those are still good.
You might be missing out on some greats. There are a lot of obviously bad ones scattered throughout, but at least play Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite. Come on, man.
Yeah, those are good. I don't like Bioshock from a gameplay perspective, but I like it from a story perspective, and I think that's pretty universal there.
I think Bioshock Infinite is a very fun game.
Infinite is very fun.
The first one gameplay wise, even though it's actually quite recent, is a little bit dated now. So.
Yeah, Brett, you would like them. I promise.
Mm.
I give it my cock slap of approval.
They are good, Brett. And Frank probably would have liked it for her.
She would have played it with headphones on.
Yeah. Probably would have turned DualShock off as well.
That's why Anne Frank likes the Genesis Model 1 so much. And Brett's gone. He's
Brett. Gone to do some more illegal activities. Brett, if you're gone for too long, we will try and make you say that you're a paedophile on Twitter, so you better have that.
I'm assuming Brett is gone to just go light a crack pipe.
Yeah, probably. Or what he's done is he's put some like a crack in his eye or something like that, and inject it right into his. Well, people do that with vodka anyway. They put it in their eye.
What? Really?
Have you never heard of that?
I've never heard of that.
people do. It's called vodka eyeballing, and it's apparently because it gets into the bloodstream quicker. Which,
That's fucking stupid.
yeah, it's totally stupid. First of all, like, even if I wanted to get it into the bloodstream, first of all, I wouldn't do it because it would hurt too much. Second of all, like, just wait. Just wait half an hour. It's vodka. It's not going to take that long. Just
And
if
it's not like it's like going to taste bad either. Vodka isn't the worst tasting liquor.
Yeah, and there's better things. And do you know what? Even if it was the worst tasting liquor, I would take that over pouring it into my eye.
Oh, speaking of liquor, I have an idea for a drinking game. I call it Russian roulette. 6 shots.
I can play that.
6 shots, 5 vodka, 1 Everclear.
Oh,
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
oh my god.
I think. You see, what we should do is we should finally remember, kids, that first of all, remember, kids, that drinking is cool and definitely do it. And especially if you're underage, because that just makes it even cooler. Remember, the official drink of this show is vodka hot chocolate. So just
I've never
remember
had that. And I had hot chocolate.
I did it as a joke, and when I had it, and I was like, "This is brilliant." But then the thing about it is the hot chocolate is very, very good at masking the alcohol's taste. So you end up drinking a lot of it very quickly, which gets you really pissed. That is why it is a good drink for this show.
That's the only way to survive the recording of this show.
Yeah, as if you alter your mental state.
If we didn't record on a Sunday, I would do that for this show.
I did that on an episode of Chuckle Bits, actually, so you can hear that.
Oh, dear Lord.
So, Brett, how's the crack?
Oh, yeah. We got onto that subject because we were saying that you were smoking crack.
You probably shouldn't do on camera since Walmart is definitely watching this.
Yeah, probably not.
Sam Walton is after my ass now.
I mean, you're not brown enough for a random drug test, but...
Oh, God!
Oh, racial satire there.
We have just lost every listener we had.
Yeah, if anything, that's a joke against racist society.
Oh, my God. He's offended. Look.
We're not saying that black people deserve to be randomly drug tested. In fact, the joke is completely against that. So if you have complaints about that joke, technically you are the racist.
God damn it. Where did it go wrong? Where did my entire life go wrong?
That is a thing I like to try to get you to reach the point of how did my life come to this.
How did my life come to this?
One day
Pretty much when you said, "Hey Alex, can I take control of the site?" I think that was the day.
I must have been a fucked up individual in a previous life.
You were Anne Frank, that is what happened. You are Brett Hatfield. Arguably worse.
You are the reincarnation of Anne Frank.
Yeah. I mean, worse as in your current situation. Not that there's anything wrong with being Anne Frank at the time. I'm just saying that if you could choose out of the number of lives that ever existed, Anne Frank would not be on my list.
But she would have been a believer. But so I don't know.
I remember.
I forgot that was. I
remember that. That was
just
brilliant.
a Bieber fan. Is that a knife? I can't tell.
It's a screwdriver.
Okay.
It's a vodka. It's going to pour it into his eye.
It's duller and therefore more painful, which helps me forget about this episode.
Have you ever seen the movie Pi?
I don't think I want to.
Yeah, it has a fantastic ending where a guy drills a hole in his head to make him forget mathematics. I think someday that's going to happen between you and Sega Addicts.
Or we could go.
Someday.
Or we could go with the ending of Antichrist, which is someone could. Brett's.
Is that
Brett,
what
Brett
Belinda
could
felt?
cut off his own clitoris and then wank himself till he comes blood, which is what happens in Antichrist. It is great. Antichrist is
I'm
a
doing that in Visitor 2. What kind of movies are you watching, buddy?
brilliant ones.
I haven't seen Tokyo Gore Police.
Oh, Tokyo Gore Police is amazing.
Oh my
Tokyo Gore
god.
Police is fucking brilliant.
Help me.
Also, it was Michael who showed me Visitor Q, so blame him.
Brett, you're hosting. You're hosting this train wreck.
Yeah.
You're the captain of the Titanic this week.
Let's rearrange the deck chairs, damn it.
Yeah, you're the Dave Cameron in this situation.
Dave Cameron.
Dave, I'm hip. I'm calling him by his street name.
No, this is the Avatar. This isn't Titanic. This is Avatar. This is arguably worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh
That's
my
not a
god.
good...
We just need blue things just running around and being furries and awful.
That's a Sonic game.
Oh yeah, what piece of news were we on?
We just finished up the news.
We are done with the news. I don't think we really had a topic.
Oh, does that mean it's the best section of the whole show? And I am
This is
biased?
the best section of the whole show. I'm asking Stevie to save us. This is the point that we have gotten to. Jesus.
Okay, guys. So basically, every week I do an art for you. Even if I'm not on the show, I find a way to give an art to contribute. Usually it's drawn at the time of the show, but I prepared for this particular episode in advance about 11 to 12 years ago. So for this, and
We have time travel.
Yes, so my dad has kept around, and I just want to show this for the people. This is just a huge folder filled with mini folders of drawings I did when I was a kid. If you thought my drawings were bad now, then fucking hell, you should see these. These are atrocious. If I could see my 11-year-old self draw these, then I would punch him in the fucking face. But I looked through these, and I found one which I think is particularly interesting. So this is a picture which I drew about 11 to 12 years ago, and that is going to be today's art corner for today.
God.
I didn't scan it, so I'll have to hold it in like my other ones. But
Let me make you the.
oh yeah, put mine as the main.
Yes.
Am I the main one now?
Yes, you are.
Okay, right. Let's. Okay, so this is it.
What is that?
I don't know. I think those are supposed to be skulls, and I don't know what this bit is supposed to be. I think that is an evil face.
It looks
His
like a pumpkin.
chest is an evil face. But I don't know what concerned me is all the screaming skulls behind it.
But that's clearly everybody you've worked with Sega Addicts that has left the site.
That I would know when I was 11?
I told you we're
drew
doing
this
time travel.
recently.
We're doing time travel now. This is Doctor Who, yo.
Yeah, okay. This is, and I'm sure there's other weird stuff in this folder that I might try and find out, but I just thought that this one was kind of weird for an 11-year-old to draw.
It's got the Pumpkin Hill face, you know. It's in Pumpkin
You need
Hill
to
trying to
scan
find.
that.
Yes, I mean I need to make your art gallery page. I really do.
I should probably.
I've been promising this for a while now, and I've just not gotten to it.
Oh, I think that's supposed to be a door, maybe, because there's in the frame of it, there's a little hole which I think might be a doorknob or something like that. Although it might be stretching. I'm not sure. But that is a little insight into my 11-year-old psyche.
See, the thing that concerns me is that if you posted this as an adult on DeviantArt, it would be called brilliant.
It'd be called abstract artwork.
No, it wouldn't. It would need more furries in it.
I'm amazed at some of the stuff I've posted that is god awful on DeviantArt and people like.
Oh, it's the best thing ever.
And I don't want to sound condescending to the people who like my art. Obviously, it spoke to them in some way, but I'm not good.
No, that's not entirely true. You're good.
No.
I saw your Konata drawing. It was good. Shut up.
That was all right.
It was good. I'm trying to find.
Let's all agree that I'm better. There we go.
I factually believe that.
You're better than me for sure.
But that was I've been experimenting with the art corner. I've did stories. That's art.
I want to see slam poetry next week.
Slam poetry
yes.
might be a possibility. I'll get some bongos. We'll decide. I'll wear
BYOB.
Yeah, and pour the vodka in your eye. And do that. That is also my advice for kids. Kids, first of all, smoking's cool. Definitely do that. Second of all, putting vodka in your eye is really cool. All the kids on the playground will think you're brilliant.
You know what's interesting is that I grew up in that era when putting up cigarette ads on billboards was still okay.
Oh God, I do you remember? I used to have that as well. It's so bizarre when you think about that.
Yeah, and because for me in my head, the smoking is still cool. That still works in my head.
I grew up in an era when smoking still sponsored racing, so.
So that is why Brett smokes like a fucking chimney. He saw a poster of Danica Patrick just cigarette after cigarette.
She doesn't even exist.
What the fuck do you mean she doesn't exist?
Yeah.
In my mind,
Are you saying that you want Danica Patrick to smoke so many cigarettes that she eventually gets lung cancer?
Yes.
Okay, right.
I'm not going to sugarcoat that one.
Okay. Okay.
See, the thing is, out of all the things we've said on this show this week, that comes off as the most mean because it's the most actually true. Brett genuinely means that.
Brett.
She ruined NASCAR. Get her out of here. She ruined Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed.
Nothing can ruin that game.
Okay.
Now she's ruined her lungs.
Brett, what is the show topic? Pray tell me.
I don't think we have one.
Jeez.
The show topic this week was
Stevie returning.
Yeah, Stevie returning and the
Becoming
Holocaust.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Holocaust, and now how smoking is the coolest thing ever, apparently. Oh, let's talk. Do you remember the Sonic smoking PSA? The Sonic says of that.
I don't remember that.
Oh, this reminds me of something I did.
Did you ever see The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog?
That was the sillier one, right?
That was the more comedy oriented.
That was the one that had Sonic Says.
Yeah, comedy. Yeah.
Is that the one where Dr. Robotnik was in the shower with a rubber duck?
It might be, yes. But there was
And I had to check in the other dude.
Yeah, do you remember Scratch and Grounder?
I don't remember any of this shit.
It was the chicken and the blue guy with the drill hand.
They were robots, basically. They were badniks, basically. And there was a Sonic Says where they're offering Tails a cigarette. And there's a really funny image that you can just take a still of with Tails and a cigarette, which is really bizarre. I think that used to be...
I'm going to find it right quick, actually.
I think that used to be, or is Shigadi's avatar, which is pretty funny. But the thing I don't get about that is they offer Tails a cigarette, and obviously Sonic comes in and goes, "Oh, smoking's bad, whatever." But then the robots start coughing, and I think, you're robots. Smoke shouldn't affect you. You're metal. You don't have lungs.
That didn't stop General Grievous.
I didn't find that, but I found something else.
Okay.
Let me.
Was it porn?
Sadly, no.
That's unfortunate. That could be our discussion topic.
There we go.
That isn't an official picture, though.
Is that as unofficial as my copy of Marvel 3?
Don't the illegal, Brett. That is very, very illegal.
So is this. Sonic's only 16.
We could do
Is
we
he?
can we could do
In
live
canon.
commentary on pornography for the rest of the show.
Yeah, definitely.
No.
It's a very interesting. It's a legitimately interesting topic. Is the thing.
Oh my Jesus.
It pretty is Jesus. I think there'd be Jesus slash fiction probably.
There
Let's-
is. We're gonna find some.
Let's just
Jesus
answer all
slash-
of Nick's questions.
Jesus slash Muhammad slash fiction.
Oh, I'm gonna find it. You
Oh,
just you
God.
wait, my friend.
That's even worse. You get in trouble.
Oh
I'm
boy.
just gonna look up the questions post and find all of Nick's questions while
Yeah,
you.
you do that while I do horrible, horrible things.
Yeah.
You're a bad person.
I am a bad person, and it's all your fault.
Week 2 of Nick Nguyen's Mail Sack Special.
Here, yeah, here we go.
You could. That's also the name for his testicles. It's his mail sack.
That is the joke.
Yeah, that is the joke. Books, Bible, filters.
I'd like to think 2
Rated
weeks in a
M.
row we've been streaming Nick Nguyen's Mail Sack.
Romance.
Part of me thinks I should stop using his full name.
Oh my God! Listen,
What?
listen. I want to read this description here. This is
Okay.
This is God's Apology to Satan by Sadist Clit.
Oh my god.
When God,
Literally, oh my god.
when God realizes that he was a dick and unfair with Satan, he decides to invite him into heaven to have dinner and talk to him about the devil's future and about mankind and what was in store for them. This is rated M and it's in the romance section.
Yeah, we're not reading that.
Can you give me the link for?
I'm going
I
to.
did no. I just was very interested in fiction.
Alright, so for our main subject, how
here you go,
about
Stevie.
how
Oh, why
about
did
we
you go on my
read a
face?
s-
I'm sorry.
I'm literally not going to click that. That was a joke.
how about for our main section we can all read a Sonic the Hedgehog fanfiction.
Oh god.
Oh, like the old days.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be enough time in the world to get the craziness out of that kind of stuff.
Oh, I could find some. I'm gonna find crossovers actually. While you guys read some
God.
questions, I'm gonna get some crossovers.
Okay, so you look for the fanfiction because I can't even look through that massive ass list. And we will start with the questions.
Oh boy.
Nick Nguyen asks, what Sega franchise would you change and how?
David Cage's Sonic 06.
David Cage's Sonic 06 is my answer as well.
Yes.
Or as I'm now calling it, the Red Shoe Diaries.
I'm trying to think of a legitimate one. I might say Sonic and All Stars Racing to just get rid of the non-Sega characters because it really doesn't fit in with the whole theme of the game.
Like Danica Patrick.
Like Danica Patrick, and to me, it's not even Danica because at least Danica Patrick fits in with the theme of racing. At least it doesn't really work. The thing I was more annoyed at is the fucking Yogscast DLC because that's just so dumb.
There was
So
Yogg's
dumb.
Case DLC?
There
what
was, yeah. They're the people. They do Minecraft stuff on YouTube and just.
Ugh! Disgusting. So we get that, but we don't get Rio or Akira or
Arista.
Ristar or anybody from Yakuza or anybody good. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, literally, Jesus Christ, what we've been looking up.
Nick Nguyen asks,
I have found this.
who is the Macho Man to Sonic's Hulk Hogan?
We're
Knuckles.
Oh yeah, dig it. dig it. Yeah, I'm digging for emeralds and shit. What am I doing?
Although Sonic is Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was the one who had the Hulkamaniac single, so and Knuckles is known to sing. So maybe it's the other way around.
Yeah, and you know Knuckles does have the red and yellow, and I'm sure he has the red, white, and blue pumping through his veins.
So Knuckles is the All-American.
Yeah.
Yes.
He is a real American. Fights for the right of every man.
He is the Hulkamaniac.
He is a real American.
With your family and friends. That is how the song went, Brett.
No, I was thinking the artist. Oh, I have to. No, you probably already know what I'm talking about. I have a video to that song somewhere, and I will share it with Thomas because I know he hasn't seen it, but I know you've probably seen it, Steve. Well,
Nick Nguyen asks, "What is the perfect fan name for Sonic fans? Sonic Maniacs?" Question mark.
So,
I see what he did there.
I don't know.
Furries.
furries. Yeah, let's go with furries.
Furries pretty much covers.
I've got one.
Bronies.
I've got one. The perfect name for Sonic fans: pedophiles.
Scotty does have that tattoo on his shoulder. So
there you go.
I would argue that not all Sonic fans are pedophiles, but all pedophiles are Sonic fans.
There you go.
There you have it, folks. We just lost our last listener. Probably because he's going to jail.
He's going to jail for diddling kids.
Yeah, they found this on his computer. It wasn't even child porn.
They found Sega Addicts podcast on his computer.
It just said after hours, and it was like, okay, that's all we need. Book him.
It's Sega, it's after hours, he's got to be a pedo.
Oh, and before anyone asks about saying, oh, do you think paedophilia is a funny topic? Yes, there you go. Definitely.
Dear Tumblr.
It's only funny because it actually happens.
Yes. It's only
Wait,
funny.
that's not it at all. That's not how it works at all. What the hell?
Nick Nguyen asks, getting off the pedophilia and
You
back
must be very, very upset that all these questions are being construed into horrible things.
Oh my god.
He might be more upset that I'm using his full name every time. Nick Nguyen asks, Perfect Chaos versus Godzilla, who wins?
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Perfect Chaos can be killed by a hedgehog.
Yeah, there you go, Godzilla.
Not even a Super Saiyan hedgehog, just a regular hedgehog.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fucking weak, yo.
He also asks, and this I don't know anything about. Sonic Chew, as great as Sega lore or greater than Sega lore?
No.
Best Sega lore, definitely.
What is that?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
There's a lot to explain.
I'll find him something.
Just look at I
Show
know.
topic.
Just look up. There's a whole wiki for this stuff. Just look up the wiki. I think it's got its own one for Christian Weston Chandler. Just do that. Chris Chan for short, and just troll through all the sagas he's had, and
SonicChew.com.
You'll see. I think that might be his official one, but the best one is the wikis. Just find the wikis of.
What the fuck is all this?
It's hard to explain, but you'll find out.
All right, I'm going to bookmark that for later, and by bookmark it, I mean I will never see it again. Oh, Jesus.
But it's the best Sonic lore, probably better than anything that's come up
It
recently.
is best Sonic.
Okay. We are bordering on our time.
Not just for the podcast. I mean, we literally have assassins about to shoot us.
Yeah. So I think we should get into the fan fiction that Brett found.
Oh God!
I'm gonna let you guys read it, and I'm just gonna moderate. I'm just gonna narrate here. I'm gonna let you guys do Do the voices.
Okay, so who wants to take what voices?
Is this
Stevie?
the one about God and Jesus?
No, it's the one under that.
Okay. So who's doing what bits then?
Uh,
How many
Oh,
characters are in this?
My Little Pony.
it looks like there's 4. There's Sonic the Werehog, Rainbow Dash, and then OC.
The fuck?
This is so confusingly written. I'm having trouble just.
I think only one person can read this. I don't think we can turn this into theater.
It's going to be way hard. This is written really incomprehensibly.
Thomas!
All right, I will take the reins on this one.
I love that he's put insert music at the top of this. You're supposed to put your own backgrounds to fulfill the experience.
So prologue, confronting with Eggman. That can't be correct.
I have this song.
Yes, insert music, dear my friend.
One second, let me pull it up. I actually have that song.
Let's put Genie in a bottle on instead.
No, you can't mess with this person's art.
Oh, okay, yeah, it will distract from. It's not what was chosen to complement the fiction.
And by the way, I would like to reiterate that none of us wrote this. This is a work by Dylan the Hagasis.
And that should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, pull it just a little bit further away from your microphone. There we go.
Yeah, and out the door and.
As Miles' tail's prower flew the tornado after Eggman, me, and my dad, Sonic,
what?
stand on the wings.
Is me the author of this story, or is it from Sonic's perspective?
Let me explain. I came from the future because something devastating attacked my hometown. Only me and my brother survived and managed to find a strange blue box that was much bigger on the inside.
Oh my god.
Just happened to be called the Doctor to help us go to the past and protect my family from whatever is going to happen. However, we lost memory about our mother. Back to the present. Speaking of my brother, Flash, he prefers to lay down on the tail of the tornado. Insert music. Pre-boss room from Kirby Triple Deluxe.
I don't have that, but I will find something appropriate.
Whoever wrote this is getting super obscure now.
I
don't know. I think maybe he should have put the songs at the beginning, and so you wouldn't have to fiddle about with downloading them after.
Yeah.
You know, as it would break up the story.
That's just what just happened.
1 second. I have something for you. This isn't the song, but it'll work. Go for it, go!
Sonic said, okay, I'm going to have to rewrite a bit so that it's talking.
What?
Said, drop the critters, Eggman. Eggman said, if you insist. Drops the critter container. He drops it. Everyone gasped. Tail says, whoa, that's harsh!
No, you gotta do it in the Alex Riggin voice.
Whoa, that's harsh!
That's harsh, Sonic!
That's harsh, Sonic!
Sonic!
Me, stretching wings. I can try and grab this thing, but my power alone won't stop it. Flash, do you mind on helping? Flash said, sure thing, brother. Suddenly...
Who's Flash?
That's
his brother. It says it right
brother.
there, sure thing, brother. Not in the way that Hulk Hogan says brother, but
brother, chest dude, brother.
Or the way that Liquid Snake says brother.
Yes, brother!
Brother!
In fact, whenever Flash talks, I'm going to pretend I'm Liquid
Rocky
Snake.
doesn't either.
Suddenly, as we try to stop the critter cage, we get shot in the wings. Flash and I go, ah! Tails flew the plane to catch me and my brother. As I looked up in small vision, I am almost unconscious. I saw Eggman with a new weapon. It looked like a laser, and I noticed it had a Chaos Emerald powering it. I managed to say, it's got a Chaos Emerald powering it. Tails said, Eggman's up to no good. I don't think he even knows what that will do.
Eggman's up to no good. He's writing shitty fanfiction.
As Eggman fired the laser, it hit the tornado, but caused the portal sucking us in. Just before I went unconscious, I saw Eggman with a mischievous glee. Music fades.
And we are fading it, and we will find something else.
He's
Meanwhile,
really putting a lot of effort onto the reader's plate.
I think this is from Pokemon. I might have this.
Meanwhile, in the faraway world known as Esquaria, I can't pronounce that.
I think it's some fucking pony thing.
Just call it My Little Pony Land.
Fucking world. At the same time,
It's a pony fucking world, basically.
Insert Route 201 Day anime.
God, he's really... I don't even know how I would find that one.
Question mark says, I feel strange. It's the feeling when dimension travel just happened. I am a bit worried.
Well, I'm glad they know that feeling.
They knew that feel, bro.
Spike drools at the gem. And then question mark says, come on, Spike, we don't have time for this. We gotta get to the picnic. Spike says, okay, fine, Twilight. As Twilight gallops down the pathway with Spike on her back, they start to see the picnic. It's jam-packed filled with cupcakes, apples, but looks like it's still being set up. Twilight says, hello, Rainbow Dash, where's Pinkie Pie? Since this is the picnic, I'd expect her to be here. Rainbow Dash says, Pinkie Pie? Oh, she just left a few minutes ago.
Out of all the things we've talked about today, I think
this is the most pathetic.
She said she was expecting something to fall, you know, with her pinky sense.
What the fuck?
Oh, God.
Is that a thing?
That's when Twilight looked up and saw lights fall from the sky. Twilight, gasping, said, look! In the sky! 7 different colors fell, being red, orange, yellow, green, cyan, purple, and white.
I'm surprised this guy knows what cyan even is.
Above those colors, well, they would have to change the ink in the printer.
That implies that they actually know how to change the ink in a printer.
Above those colors fell a plane with a broken wing with smoke coming from it. From a view as far as Twilight's, you could see 4 figures, 1 piloting, 1 on the wing, and since 1 fell off, hanging for dear life, and 2 strange figures with broken Pegasus wings? Twilight thought about it as galloping fuck it. But that's just asking for trouble. All they could do is watch as it fell. Every pony saw this, looked away so they wouldn't be blinded. The unfortunate ones who didn't see this coming either literally jumped, literally fell, or flinched. Twilight, Rainbow Dash looked at each other and knew the same thing. Gather up the rest of the main 6 and investigate this situation. And I guess that's the end of chapter 1.
Oh, thank fuck for that. Oh, God. Oh, God.
I would like to add that this story got 1 review, 1 fade.
Yeah, let's read the review. Let's read the review. And let's see how
the review be like longer than the actual thing.
Kevin Hedges says, I believe the proper term is Hedges. Just my say, though.
God.
Okay. Okay. The furries, the bronies have gotten so I need a minute.
Honestly, after
I've said this a lot before in other places, but I'll just say it now. When the show first came out, I was definitely curious about it, so I watched a couple episodes. It's not a bad show, but the thing is, it's just if I was a father who was watching it with his kid, it wouldn't be painful for me to watch. It wouldn't be condescending. But I didn't see anything that made it stand out, like something like Adventure Time or Problem Solvers or something like that. Like it just hasn't got that kind of appeal, I think.
let me put it this way. After the podcast we had produced today, we really don't have any room to criticize that fan fiction.
No, I think we do.
Yes, we do.
I think we do.
They have arguments over what the proper term of a hedgehog and pony hybrid is. What the fuck? We're better than that. We are infinitely better than that. We can make all the Holocaust jokes we want. We are infinitely better than that.
I think that's comparing apples and Holocaust.
Yeah. Maybe. The twist of this episode is that we're all evil. Is that the real evil is man.
Especially man who thinks a cartoon pony is sexually attractive and wants to see a hedgehog. Get it on with it.
I think the moral of this story is, Brett, come up with a topic.
Yeah, I think that is definitely the story.
I wish we had went with my original idea about talking about bargain games we found in the past.
I've got one bargain game that I found in the past, and that's The Logical Journey of the Zombinis. And that is a fantastic game.
There's just no energy in this show anymore.
There's one person out there who knows what The Logical Journey of the Zombinis is, and they are loving that I said that. I'll just say that right now.
Pretty much every retro game I buy, I consider a bargain title.
Yeah, there you go. That's the topic done.
I shopped over Disney for $2.
Yeah, that's your...
Not even... Come on, Stevie. You have to admit, not even this is as bad as what we just experienced.
No, I'm sorry. At least what they're doing isn't blatantly illegal. I'm sorry. Just Capcom don't hold the rights, so I don't know how you can even get that. I think the store that sold that is even more outrageous.
I am dead.
I feel like my coming on this show has made it worse.
Yeah, well, I think it's.
we don't mean
I think there's something very telling when the 2 episodes before this are all about anime, and the day that I come on, it's all about Holocaust. So.
And what it says is, Scotty, we miss you.
Scotty, come back.
Yeah. Actually, Scotty, can you watch this episode and put a webcam so I can see your facial expressions as it goes along? Well, I think
do like a director's commentary. And just, I don't even know what to say anymore.
This is done. I have to finish up my review for Dragon Coins.
I think we
won't be able to think about anything else.
I think we need to move on to plugs.
Line 1, Dragon Coins, totally better than the Holocaust.
Line 2, please, if you play this game, have some vodka ready, put it in your eye.
And then send some to me, and I'm straight edge and I'm saying that, because I need some to get over this.
I have to poop really bad.
So get on, come on.
Yeah, let's do some plugs, and not butt plugs.
Oh, I got a butt plug for you. I wrote your name on it.
You could probably use 2 as a butt plug. So.
It's just a butt plug that says on it Brett Hatfield.
Brett Road, yeah, Brett Road.
It's in the... No, I'm not going to go there. Let's do some plugs.
Yeah, too far. That's too far, Brett.
Stevie, did you like my idea for the movie Butt Plug Time Machine?
I did. I thought that is amazing, yeah. It lacks a 3-act structure at the moment, but once that's sound, I think you've got a good idea here.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, 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 míos, que bella. And now we've got Spanish stereotypes in the mix.
Ay, Dios mío.
So let's plug Scotty real quick. So
Yeah, let's plug him.
let's look out for Scotty Mo for show on Twitter. Look for his tweet upcoming.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
so I want to see if he will acknowledge that he watched this episode.
I don't think anybody will.
And remember, even if he says I watched this episode, we have to say, "Oh, what's the secret code?" Then we don't know you actually watched it until you say the secret code.
What's the secret word, ladies and gents?
Oh, and his band. Remember his band,
Yes.
Wine and Spirits.
His very good band, which is very quality and very much better than anything we've put out.
And the wine and spirits do not go into your eyeballs.
They go into your ear canals.
Into your ears, yes.
And it's very tasty. And it's available on Bandcamp and iTunes, and they have a Twitter, and I think it's Wine and Spirit PGH. They have a Facebook, and it's all.
They're on a tour at the moment. I don't know
That's
if they're on a tour at the moment this episode comes out, but look out for them. Or...
I have their tour schedule in a queue to put up at the end of the episode. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I think that's probably over by the time this show comes out. But
let me see.
Well, Tom, you were there and you enjoyed the experience, so you got a mark of quality.
yeah, I was
No. They still got some shows coming up.
awesome.
So yeah, we'll plug that.
We'll plug that at the end of the show.
Yes, during the not dance off.
Yep, I already have a song prepared.
Oh God, help me. Thomas, did you have anything else that you would like to plug?
I am at Sega Tomcast on Twitter. Look for me on Sega Addicts this week. The Dragon Coins review will be going up on Tuesday if everything goes well. Probably won't. I'm probably going to get yelled at because I haven't finished writing it yet. But
You have not finished writing. I'm going to yell at you right now.
Fuck off.
You're so tsundere.
God damn it. And look for me on Tumblr, theamazingtom.tumblr.com, and I don't update it.
But you do rhyme it.
I don't do shit on Tumblr anymore. I try to avoid it.
And who wouldn't?
And I also avoid Facebook like the plague, so you cannot see me do any more updates at facebook.com/AvantisArt.
I need to follow that.
You don't, because there's going to be no more updates.
But I'm going to follow it anyway because I'm a rebel. I buy Ultimate Marvel, and I follow your Dead Art account.
Illegal.
I'm a cowboy with a strict... fuck. Yeah, I knew you would get that at least.
I'm starting to get delirious. I think somehow this podcast has given me the effects of LSD.
Well, we did just read brony fanfiction. So.
This whole thing is a bad trip.
Stevie's bad trip. Hashtag it.
I have noticed progressively every episode I've been on, I can sincerely say has been worse than the previous.
That's the thing. This has been a trilogy, the No Scott trilogy, the trilogy even, and it's got to just. First of all, you had to find a bit of Final Fantasy. Second, a bit of anime. Third one, a bit of fucking everything.
And the trilogy
Jesus
ends
Christ.
with Stevie Returns. Sega
Yes,
Addicts 13.
And he creates the new world.
I'm glad that we got that we saved the giant squirt for last.
Stevie, what do you have to plug, my friend?
The Stevie Grant on Twitter, and there is a Chucklebits radio blog that should be up with the new episode 3. Chucklebits Radio is a podcast with me and Michael Westgarth. You can find him on Mega Westgarth, and he might post some updates. And you can also find episode 1 and 2 of Chuckle Bits Radio on there, is basically the tone of this episode you have watched now, but with Michael instead of Tom and Brett. For tone reasons, the last episode we talked about a homeless man having sex with a dog. And if you want to know where it goes from there, then have a look. We also...
I'm absolutely honored that you described it as this show.
But if you, yes, you can enjoy that and tell us what you think.
If you enjoyed this, first, check yourself into a mental hospital. Secondly, download ChuckleBits.
Yeah.
I love how the end of all of the shows I've been on so far have just been us insulting the listeners.
Yeah,
it's like, you like this show, fucking sort it out.
Well, that was how the last episode of Kids Table ended, as I just said, fuck off.
This might be the last episode of this. Who knows?
There's actually there's a British comedian called Charlie Brooker, and his sign-off for all of his shows, you know, like a person would go, "Oh, okay," and "good night." Every time he ends a program, he just says, "Go away." He says, "Good night" and "Go away."
Oh my god. And did you have anything else to plug?
No, just my Twitter, the Stevie Grant. I'll say it again for posterity.
Posterity, yes. And I am probably going to be dead after this episode for various reasons. But if I'm not, you can find me at Asteroid Vision on Tumblr and Twitter and my anime list and fucking everything, I guess.
You can really tell that I haven't been on the podcast in a couple of weeks because I just get all of it out right now. When I do a lot of recordings, the offensiveness in me gets distributed evenly. Yeah, but now it's just I'm just trying to get it all right out now, like one big wank.
You really did seem like you were trying to make sure you got everything in that you could.
Yeah.
All your spots in.
If there's anything we missed. No, I think we pretty much covered all the bases.
Kind of like me with Brett's asshole.
Whoa!
There you go.
No!
Fuck it till it bleeds. With those words, we will leave the listener.
Yeah, with those words.
Brett, focus the
That
screen
should
so
be
I
our
can start the
sign-off.
music.
The sign-off for this episode should be good night and fuck it till it bleeds.
I don't think there's anything better than that. So if you'll start your music, I will send us off to a final deep sleep. I'm going to drown us in icy water. We've hit an iceberg that we will never come back from. This has been Stevie Returns, Sega X13. So, for Thomas Avantis, aka POCKY X, aka the guy who haunts my dreams, and for Stevie Grant, aka that other guy who haunts my dreams, I'm Brett Hatfield, and we'll maybe see you next week if we have not been kicked off the internet. Farewell, everybody.
And spaces between us. You have wanted to
I'm trying to do the pose when they're on the bridge bit. Don't know. Hold me, Jack.
Jack the Ripper. I'm so sorry your band has to be
Brett
associated.
Hatfield with games go on.
Ah.
Small.
We
Brett-
fucked his asshole, and we know that we'll fuck it until it bleeds.
Good night, everybody.